Hello and welcome to Swaay.Health, where we bring you the latest insights and interesting stories from the brightest minds in healthcare marketing. I'm Colin Hung, and I'm about to sit down with my friend Alan Shoebridge, who's an Associate Vice President at Providence. Both Alan and I are here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the HMPS 24 conference here at Caesars Palace. And I'm excited to sit down with Alan because I wanted to ask him a question on whether or not healthcare conferences are worth it as an attendee. I can't wait to hear his answer. Let's get to it. Alan, welcome back to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's exciting.
It is always a pleasure to have you on. I'm always interested in your perspective. So Alan, we were talking before we jumped on camera about this topic that I'm certainly excited about, which is conferences. Are they worth it?
Yeah.
And especially for you, because you're coming at it from this perspective of being an attendee at the conferences. So tell me, are healthcare conferences worth it?
Yeah, it's a great question. And in my opinion is they are worth it, but there's a caveat. You have to be willing to put some effort in to get the most out of your experience. So, it's not something you can just show up and really not expect to put some level of effort into, whether you're an attendee, whether you're an exhibitor. So I would say yes, but there's a caveat about putting in some effort.
So when you say put in effort, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, I think I tend to break it into what do I want to do before, during, and after the conference. And so before going to a conference, I really want to look and see who's there, who should I be connecting with, are there people I want to talk to about a need that I have they might be able to help me with, are there old friends that I know that I want to connect with, are there new people? So doing a little bit of that work, making sure you have the conference app and the kind of agenda set up and doing that. So that's the pre. I think during, what I encourage people to do is make sure you're active, like actually having conversations with people, sharing on social media, following the app, just participate in discussion. I see a lot of people go to sessions, they're just on their phone the whole time. Like, you're not getting much out of it. So if you're willing to listen and talk, and that's what you can do during. And I think after, a big thing for me is sharing the learnings. Like, what did you learn at the conference? Sharing it with your team if you're a leader. There's so much good content. Don't just keep it to yourself. And then figuring out too, like, what are the follow-up things you want to do? Are there people you want to have a follow-up discussion with? It's that level of effort. If you're willing to do those things, and I don't think it takes a lot of effort, but you need to be willing to do that. If you're just going to show up, be here during the time, and then leave, it's probably not. But you can, with a little bit of effort, I think you can make it worth it.
Well, and you were saying also the volunteering aspect, actually getting involved in that conference or with the association or whatever group is organizing it, that can pay off big as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, opportunities lead to more opportunities. So if you're thinking about putting in an application to speak, like, that's great. You might get selected, and then people will hear you. They'll put in more opportunities. They'll ask you to do things. So you do have to get involved. And again, the more you put in a little bit of effort, the more you're going to like it, the more you're going to get out of it. And I think the more you're going to be engaged to want to come back. So again, it's worth it if you're willing to put a little time and effort into it.
Amazing. Alan, always a pleasure to have you on the program, and I really enjoy this. Where are we going to find you next? Where are you speaking next?
I'm going to be at the Swaay conference in Atlanta in just a couple of weeks, and I'll be practicing what I preach. So, making sure I'm connecting with people. I love to do like daily summaries during an event. So the insights that I took away, and then I like to do kind of a wrap up after. So I'll be planning to do all of that because it helps me think about what I learned and have a record too to go back to and see. So, I'm excited about that one, and I'm looking forward to seeing people in Atlanta.
Yeah, we're excited to have you come down and join us in Atlanta. That's going to be awesome.
Great.
Thanks for being here, Alan.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I want to thank Alan for coming on camera with me and giving his opinion on whether or not healthcare conferences are worth it. You can tell from his response, you have to work at the conference to make it worthwhile for your organization. You just can't be here and sitting in the seat and listening to the sessions. You've got to do more than that in order to get value. And hey, if you found this video valuable, please like and subscribe. Also, head on over to Swaay.Health, that's Swaay with 2 A's, .health, where you can find more great content like this. I'm Colin Hung, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode.